You step onto the plane and immediately feel the chill. It's almost uncomfortably cold. Your fingers tighten. You wrap yourself in the airline's paper-thin blanket. That cold, it's not accidental. Cabins are kept cooler during boarding and takeoff for two subtle reasons. First, cooler air helps prevent fainting. With pressurization changes, warmer temperatures have been linked to increased chances of passengers passing out. But second and, more strategically, it's about comfort control. Cold air keeps passengers calmer, quieter, and less agitated. When you're slightly uncomfortable, you move less, you're more passive, and you're less likely to complain. That's not paranoia, it's behavior science at work. One day, you'll be sitting on a delayed plane, and the pilot will say something vague like, "We're experiencing a minor maintenance issue. Shouldn't be long." Here's what they won't say. "We're actually waiting for a crew member to time in because we're short-staffed, or we're delaying this flight because not enough seats were sold yet." Airlines routinely use generic mechanical excuses to mask logistical or economic problems. The term technical issue sounds like a safety measure, something in your best interest, but often it's a placeholder for anything they don't want to explain, and they know you'll accept it. Because who wants to argue about safety? Tray, table down. Plastic container open. You're staring at a soggy sandwich, a dry roll, and a cup of soda with more ice than liquid. This isn't bad catering. It's strategy. High-sodium foods are more palatable in dry cabin air. Sweet and umami flavors cut through the altitude-induced flavor loss. That's why tomato juice, of all things, is wildly popular in the sky. But the real trick? It's how food is used to signal hierarchy. Economy gets processed snacks. Premium cabins get warm meals, metal cutlery, and actual choices. It's not about hunger, it's about reinforcing status by creating contrast. Airlines make the upgrade feel not just desirable, but necessary. The next time you walk into an airport, a stage, a system, a choreography of perception and psychology designed to shape your experience without you realizing it. You're not just a traveler. You're a participant in a billion-dollar performance. You're standing in line at the gate. Boarding just began, and already an announcement crackles over the speaker. Now boarding, Group 1. Instinctively, people jump to their feet, scrambling to get in line. Even those in Group 5, there's no real reason to rush. Your seat is assigned. The plane isn't leaving without you, so why does it feel like a race? That's not an accident. That's design. Airlines have spent decades refining psychological tactics to manipulate behavior, increase profits, and reduce complaints while keeping passengers mostly unaware. From the moment you book to the moment you land, you're stepping into a carefully engineered experience. It's not just about safety and service. It's about subtle nudges that shape how you feel, what you spend, and how much control you think you have. Let's pull back the curtain. Why does boarding a plane feel like musical chairs with assigned seating? It's because airlines create a false sense of urgency. Boarding groups sound like a logical system, but in reality, they're designed to create pressure. The more groups there are, the more tension builds for passengers in the lower tiers. You feel like if you don't line up early, you'll run out of overhead bin space, or worse, get left behind. This sense of manufactured scarcity plays right into upselling. Want to board earlier? Pay extra? Want guaranteed overhead space? Upgrade your seat. It's a stress-inducing loop created not to help you, but to monetize your anxiety. And here's the kicker. The plane won't leave faster. You're just being herded into the illusion of priority.